disappeared for a moment. Well, let us find out together here. As are we good? Hold on. Yeah, we're good. My camera was broken for a moment. But let's go. Let's find out together here as we're stepping into our next series, into our next quarterfinals match, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Chilean Terran player. We have the red Terran. It is LucianO, a good friend of the stream. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the Chilean Protoss representing Team Gosu. It is Sagan. Ultras have kindness plating, but Marines have a kindness playing. So good. Let's go. But yes, so I do apologize. My camera did mess up a little bit, but we're good. We're back. But here we go. Also, if you're in the chats, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we are jumping on in. Let's go. Let us go. As again, I have not seen Sagan play in many years, so show us what you got. I'm here for the Sagan. And for LucianO. Now, when it comes to LucianO's play, double gas opener, LucianO specifically in TvP is very aggressive. Like we've seen LucianO do some crazy stuff, like going one base BC and like proxy factory, proxy tank. Like LucianO, he's an animal in this matchup. Like he's done some crazy builds in recent times. So this is aggressive, a little bit more tame here, and we'll see where he takes us as we go for the factory in the main. Going for a delayed command center, of course, a more tech heavy start from LucianO. Is going to be more tech heavy. Meanwhile, across the map, standard opener so far to Sagan. Now, if I remember correctly, I have to like dig into the recesses of my mind here when it comes to Sagan's play. The Sun and Darkness, they were pretty standard. Like the Sun and Darkness, they were pretty standard macro players back in the day, and that's kind of like what they were teaching Sagan as well. That's kind of what they were bringing him in. I want to say that Sagan, he would cheese in PvP. That's the case with all Protoss players, though. I don't think he was too aggressive in this matchup, though. But again, it's been 5 years. A lot can change in 5 years. So let's find out. Twilight Council. So far, Twilight Council opener out of Sagan. Here we go. And do you see what I see? Oh, okay. Third CC, CC in the main base going for the starport. So LucianO, he is going to be expanding. It's a delayed expansion, but an expansion nonetheless. And from here is going to a very early tech lab. So Hellion straight into tech lab. This can lead into early Cyclone, into a Cyclone drop. This can lead into an early tank, into a tank drop. This can lead into an add-on swap, into Banshee play. Show us what you got. Do we go for the medevac? Do we go for the swap? We're going for the swap. Let's go. Oh my god. Jesus. So Hellion tech lab into add-on swap into very fast Banshee, but oh, the scout comes in. Sagan, he sees everything. Now again, this doesn't immediately tell you it's going to be fast Banshee. Technically, this could be Raven, but you would never rush into a Raven like this, right? You would never just speed run into a Raven this quickly. So this screams Banshee. There's no reason for there to be a tech lab on this starport unless the Banshee is on the way. So Sagan, for the most part, he should be aware. Behind this, should be playing safe. Gateways are on the way. He has a 3-gate setup. Meanwhile, LucianO does poke into the mineral line. Oh, gets 2 probes. Takes down 2 workers. And doesn't get the 3rd. With that, Sagan will hold. Sagan, he will hold, he will defend. Again, playing very safe, 3-gate blink, very safe setup here from our Protoss player. From here, we can take gases, we can go for Robo. This tells me that the 3rd base is going to be a little bit later for Sagan, but against LucianO, I think this is okay. I think playing safe is the go-to against LucianO. Meanwhile, Proxy Gateway. Jesus, Proxy Gateway here on the map. So it's not going to be 3-gate blink, it's going to be 4-gate blink Stalker. Ooh, so aggression versus aggression. Meanwhile, the Banshee does move out. Banshee may even find the proxy. Okay, the proxy has been found. Very fortunate here for LucianO. Very 3rd CC. Oh, he's rushing to a 3rd. Into mech. What? That, you know, I was expecting some crazy chaos and aggression out of Luciano. I was not expecting this. I mean, god damn it. I mean, you know, we see mech in pro play in TvP, right? I'm referring to Ryung and Gumiho, right? They do mech against Protoss at the highest level of play, but it's still a rare sight nonetheless. There's not many Terrans that are willing to play mech, but we are meching it up. Okay, let's go. God damn it, Luciano. God damn it. We love him. We love him. As the Banshee's intercepted, the Banshee's hunted down. A very nice pick up here from Sagan. Meanwhile, bearing in mind, he does have a 4-gate blink setup, but he takes a third. He takes another expansion, takes another base. Sagan, he did not scout the timing of the third base. Again, very greedy, very economic here by Luciano, into a very tech-heavy style, of course, with mech, which also hasn't been confirmed. So, I'm curious what is going through Sagan's mind. Now, again, I would imagine these players are relatively familiar with each other when it comes to the ladder. And there we go. He does confirm. Observer goes in, sees 2 factories. There's no reason for 2 factories to be here, so he does confirm mech charge already on the way. Base on the way for Colossus production. If you're curious, what is the best answer to mech? It is going to be a gateway composition of Blinkstalker charge lot alongside Immortals and Archons. Colossus aren't typically ideal here. So gateway like Robo double expand. Gee, he's rushing into a 4th. This is very greedy, and this is gonna work. Okay, there's a lot to get into here. There's a lot to talk about. First things first, mech is a rare side in this matchup, but usually when we see mech, there are 2 different builds that we see. One, battle mech. You rush into Macville accelerators, you rush into Mass Cyclone, and mate, Mass Cyclone can dominate Blink Stalkers and dominate the map, I should say. But there's no battle mech here. It's Mass Tank. It's Tank Hellion. This is a very slow form of mech. This is like the turtle style of mech instead. So against this form of mech, what's ideal? Mass expand. Like Sagan responding really well to this, just mass expanding and reading this well that there are no cyclones. If he was up against mass cyclones, Sagan would be in trouble. Like Sagan would have a very hard time defending. But because we're turtling up and we're slowing down and we're fortifying our bases and we're going for a slower approach, then Sagan, this is the correct response. Speaking of correct, Zealous say catch a free tank. Yeah, 1 tank goes down. They get into the mineral lane. There are turrets to defend, but there's no tank in position. There's no wall either. Getting 3 SCV kills. Catching out the Hellion. 2 Hellions go down. At the same time, warp in into the main. The warp in does complete. At the same time, Stalkers in towards the left-hand side as well. And the Stalkers are going to be cleaned up, but this is still critical damage. And again, it takes so much to deal with Zealots of all things. Like tanks, they're not built to fight Zealots. Not like this. 13 SCVs. 13 SCV kills. Did I say 13? 17 to 9 to 20. Oh my god. 21. 22. Can we get 24? Not quite. 23. 23 SCV kills. Brutal damage. And despite Luciano turtling up, he's torn apart. He's torn apart. He scans. He sees the 4th base fully saturated. Sagan was so greedy. And I have to assume that they played on the ladder. Like, Sagan, to scout this setup, I mean, he did see the early tanks, but to react like this tells me they've played before. Or this tells me that Sagan has played against this style of mech before. Like, this feels like a rehearsed response here. This is not off the fly. This is not off the cuff. He knows what he's doing against the mech. He's been mech'd before. He's been Luciano'd in the past. Sagan even going for the Stargates. This is for Sky Toss. That'll be the ideal. Ooh, as the Prism goes down. Prism goes down to the turrets and to the Vikings. So nice defense here from Luciano. At the same time, Heli Mame gets attempted. Getting some probes. Probes are going down. Aggressive on the economy or aggressive on the tech. Like, this is... it's crazy. Ay. He's crazy. As Archons are going to be walking in. They're walking into the bases. They're going to break the tank line. Again, the tanks they're all at the 3rd. They're not here at the natural, and Archons just walk in. They just walk into the mineral line. Ay. They start a step forward. They take down the Vikings. They fight under the Liberation Zone, so they're going to be cleaned up. That one Liberator just popping up. But Sagan's not slowing down. You can see Sagan, he responds, he reacts, he's getting another expansion, getting a 5th base. GG gets called, and Sagan takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Crazy game here between our two players. And again, I was pinning LucianO as a more aggressive player, 100% I stand by that. And more unorthodox, clearly as well, rushing into mech in such a way. But as I mentioned, it does look like Sagan is practiced against LucianO. Looks like he's familiar with him because he was so quick to expand, to respond, to gain map control, to harass with zealots, to drop into the main base, to go with his wing stalkers. Like, it was a really, really solid response there by Sagan. And as I was saying, it was risky if LucianO was going into battle mech, but because it was going into mass tank, like that was the ideal. So really solid setup there from Sagan, a really nice response. And with that, GG well played. Sagan does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if LucianO can recover and bounce back. Now, after game 1, I don't expect to see mech again. Right? I don't expect to see it again. I expect something different here. We'll see. Our eyes are on LucianO. Here we go. I can't believe the Archons didn't win there. That's like the Ultra Viking video, but the Viking wins somehow. Once again, to reiterate, that was less so the Vikings doing damage. That was that one Liberator. Remember, the Archons, they fought underneath the Freedom Zone, and they got liberated. Like, that one Liberator had 6 kills. Like, that one Liberator, I'm pretty sure, killed every single Archon. Like, all the Vikings were doing, they were just zoning, or I should say, they were a wall, and they were just keeping the Archons in the Liberation Zone. That's basically what happened there. That was crazy. But here we go as we are getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon, we have the Chilean Terran player. We have the red Terran down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back, we'll see if he can recover and force the ace match. After a crazy game 1, it is LucianO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Chilean Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Gosu. It is Sagan. Here we go. Okay, as we load into Pylon, Pylon is likewise a smaller map of the map. Smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground, but we'll see if LucianO is as assertive this time when it comes to his early gases. As a reminder, last game, what did we see? We saw a double gas opener into a faster factory, into a tech lab, into a faster add-on swap, into fast Banshee play, and Sagan shut it down. Sagan, he shut down the Banshees real fast and real quick. This time, economic opener. One gas, so that means it ranks into a CC, so a faster command center. You can see Sagan being so annoying, and it looks like he'll force a CC on the high ground instead. So we'll see if LucianO does go for the high ground CC. And from here, we'll see if we go into a standard game, which I don't really expect out of LucianO. As there we go, high ground command center here from our Terran player. Sagan back at home should be going for a standard start, and we'll see if LucianO, now just because the opener is standard doesn't mean the game is going to be standard. You can still go for 2-base all-ins from here. Like, you can still go into a second Rax, a third Rax, you can still delay your starport and pull the boys. Again, this is a good map to go all in, but we'll keep an eye on LucianO. Now, I'm expecting anything but standard play, but we'll see. Yo, shout out to the LATAM StarCraft 2 League. You can see there, South America and Central America. Latino America, papi. Latino America. Do love to see it. Also, that is a very fancy Terran logo. That's not the standard eagle that you get for Terran. Nice. Fancy. But a shout out, of course, to Crown for organizing, for adminning the events, for Enki, of course, for helping out when it comes to organizing, and for Invitational Esports for sponsoring the event as well. Big shout out for the LATAM League. as we do have our Twilight counter open out of Sagan. And meanwhile, looking at the production here from LucianO, what do we have? So far, we have the factory reactor onset factory, add-on swap for reactor to Hellion. This can be for Hellion Reaper aggression into drop play. So this is going to be an aggressive start. Ooh, into an add-on swap. Okay. So he's going to be stopping at 4. So 4 Hellions. So we have the medevac to drop, of course, into add-on swap. I would imagine into tank production. I would imagine. Yeah, tank production underway. Meanwhile, how many gateways here from Sagan? Going up to a 3-gate setup. So 3-gate blink here out of Sagan. Reapers, they move out. And LucianO, he does look for a way in. Oh, does try to knock the door open, but alas, Sagan, he does get in position. He does have the force field as well. Drop is moving out. And Sagan getting ready in the main. He's getting ready in the main base. Ooh, meanwhile, another tech lab delayed Banshee play, but Banshee once again. So LucianO, Hellion drop into Banshee as well. Is trying to find damage, gets into the main, but Sagan is waiting for him. Yeah, Sagan in position, snipes 1, snipes 2. It takes down 2 Hellions, the medevac will survive. But LucianO's aggression is being shut down. Ay, ay, ay. So far, really rough opener here for LucianO. He's just not able to really find much damage. Looking for a way in. He's looking. Doesn't quite make it. Yeah, not quite. Hellion does sit past. Does sit past. Does get a full scat at least. We are rushing into Colossus production. Colossus are on the way for Sagan. Getting his 3rd base. So far, Sagan looking solid. Looking solid so far. Now, LucianO's expanding. He's not going all in. Not going all in. It's a little bit haphazard, the setup that we have here. Like, the drop play has been shut down, and we have not actually moved out with the Banshees. 2 Banshees, they can one-shot workers, and we're going back into... He's doing it again! He's playing back again. He's crazy. Once again, a triple factory into Cloak Banshee. Or Cloak Banshee into triple factory, I should say. This is going to be a little bit more committed here from Sagan. Sorry, from LucianO. And again, Sagan, I'm sure he's familiar with how LucianO plays. Colossus on the way. Charges on the way as well. Do we have any detection? One observer. One observer across the map. Banshees, they slip in. They can one-shot probes. They can, and they will. Yeah, there we go. Does force a recall. Does recall back home, but no detection. The observer's still across the map. Yeah, there's no observer. It's across the... We can keep going. Keep going. You can one-shot. Yeah, and this is becoming critical damage here. 8, 9, up to 10 probe kills. You can keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. Observer's now on the way. There we go, 12, 13, 14 probes. No fear, 15. We're getting up to an entire mineral line, 16 probes going down. Observer has now arrived, and the Banshees, they will get away. Going for another drive-by. Getting almost up to 20 probes. There it is. Oh. 20 probes towards the end, getting to 21. 21 probe kills. That is insane damage. And with that, LucianO takes a massive worker lead. Now he's taking his 3rd base, and once again, he is playing this more slower mech style, and the observer sees everything.
You've depleted a mineral cluster.
I'm here in the
He's aware. I have no idea what voice pack that was.
The enemy is destroying your probes. You must defend them.
Is that like Celendis or something? I don't know the Protoss voice packs. But regardless, tanks are set. Tanks are sieged. Uh-oh. Sagan has to be careful. Cannot easily move into this. Okay, tank boys, they will punish. They will force this back. And again, LucianO just going mass tank, and still making Banshees as well. As Banshees, they hit the third. Oh my god. They're finding more damage. Where's the detection? Observers across the map once again. No detection. You can keep going. Keep going. You can keep going. Ooh, meanwhile, fighting out range of the tanks. This is not ideal. The Marines are going to be cleaned up. LucianO, we need those tanks. He does need those tanks. Despite that, I mean, he starts as well. Does take down. Oh, never mind. He holds his own. Does hold his own. The Banshees, they race back home. Again, they could have gotten even more damage. They should have gotten more damage. I mean, despite that, Sagan is hurting economically. He's still down to 49. He's oversaturated at his gas. LucianO playing it safe. Does check. Does find an expansion. We'll look to delay. Behind this, walling up, walling up. Does force a cancel. LucianO, he's in his zone. He's locked in fact. He's locked in. Once again, just distracting. Scan reveal, still no fourth. We do have a proxy on the way though. Now this is designed to warp in Zealot Rumbies, so just go for mass Zealot Rumbies instead. Once again, these tanks are a little bit far back. They can do with repositioning. At the same time, Banshees, they caught out as well. As LucianO is still going into Hellion tank Banshee. And still going for this, I mean, just again, very tank heavy style. Thor production has begun. I don't really know what the Thors are for. They can help against like Skytoss, I guess, but because the economy has been slowed down, Sagan doesn't really have the economy to sustain Skytoss. But I guess he's getting it. Can also kind of help against Thors, I suppose. Sorry, against Colossus, I suppose, but also not ideal. But sure, why not? Just mix him in. Personally, I would say that Hellion Cyclone would be a better supportive unit for tanks, but LucianO doing his own. He's getting there his own way. Storm is not research, so it's going to be Archon Chargelot. So Chargelot Archon here from Sagan. This is an army that can break a siege line in mass, but LucianO is maxed. He's maxed out and he should soon be pushing. Meanwhile, Banshees, they find another mineral line. Oh my god, another mineral line going to be going down. Once again, brutal losses. Oh, as they get another 14, 15 probe kills. And as fun as it is to see kind of this mech pop off, it's not the mech that's winning LucianO this game. He could be making anything right now. It's the Banshees. Let's be real. Like, the Banshees are the MVPs. As they'll say, don't quite break the planetary. Archon is going to go down. But here comes the mech. Here comes a mass Hellbat tank. And again, this could be any kind of maxed out army. And he'd be breaking through. Pushing in between the bases. Pushing towards the natural. Going for the kill. We do have all these other bases here for Sagan. But again, barely a standing army. The Colossus doing what they can. Hey, they shell away at the Hellbats at least. But the rovers within range. The Hellbats overextend. Ew, they should not be here. Yeah, they should not be out here. They have to fall back to the safety of the tanks. Otherwise, Zelts will clean this up. That's a lot of charge lots. Tanks are moving further in. Here we go. He goes for it. Yeah, it does go for the dive. Massive tank blows here on the Zealots. Order is going to be thrown down. And Sagan, he's going to be cleaned up. Yeah, Sagan, he does not have enough here. And not enough. GG gets called, and LucianO, he ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. GG, well played. We are going to game number 3. Let's go. We're going to the ace match. Do SCVs have roller skates on? I see jet boosters, but no leg movements. They're hovering. I believe SCVs, they're hovering above the ground because of their little jet packs. From my understanding, from my recollection. But GG well played with that. We're getting into game number 3. This looks like a skill gap. I wouldn't say so. I mean, we're going to the ace match. What do you I would say that Sagan and Luciano are relatively close in skill. I would say. Once again, as a reminder, referencing what we just saw here in that last game, that was just the Cloak Banshees. We saw a really hard response there, or a really difficult response from Sagan to respond to said Banshees. He had a really hard time in getting his observers up and running. His observer was across the map. It was not back at home, so the Banshees, they just did critical damage, and they were the MVPs of that game. We saw how well Sagan performed in game 1, where he was the one with map control, where he was the one just pulling his Luciano apart in that TvP. So we've seen both players have their moments, we've seen both players pop off, and we'll find out who will claim the series. Let's go. Let us go. And as we're getting into the ace match, a big shout out to Eximius TV. Hold on. Obrigado. Fala galera. Obrigado. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great cast. Hope you had a great time over on your channel. Hope you guys had a great time, as I'm assuming you were covering a team league match, so hope you were successful in said match. And welcome one and all to the LATAM League, to the League Latino America, back to the quarterfinals, as we are jumping to the ace match. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Magnatha, we have the Chilean Terran player, the blue Terran. It is Luciano. Hala galera. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the purple Protoss player. We have the Chilean Protoss representing Team Gosu. It is Sagan. Oh, hello. As Luciano, he opens up with a fake proxy Rax. Okay, Luciano, you have my attention. We do see the probes got into the main base, and Sagan, he is looking for that Rax. Now, checking the natural is standard, and yeah, he checks the natural. He confirms the Rax is back at home. Again, it is not uncommon as a Terran player to hide your Rax either further back in the main, in the natural, or even at the third base location. So Sagan, he does have the the wherewithal to scout, to check, and he does confirm the position here. Oh, will he kill the SCV? Oh my god, he does get a kill. The Rax does complete, but that is a very nice pickup for Sagan. Very nice. As with that, I would say that Sagan, he will have the better start, as he will snipe that building SCV. With that, we have the factory follow-up. Again, double gas. So double gas to open it into a faster factory. But now Sagan knows that there's no proxy. This could still be hyper-aggressive, of course. It will be. But there's no proxy, at least. As Sagan does pull away. Ooh, do you see what I see? Second Rax, one base all in. Now this is the Luciano that I know and love. One base all in here from Luciano. Again, I mentioned before, I started the series talking about how, like, I've seen Luciano go like one base BC and go for proxy tank as well. And here, one base all in. Not quite what I mentioned earlier, but all in nonetheless. Now, ooh, the rescout. Oh god, the rescout confirms the starport. Sagan knows. He sees there should not be a starport at this time, and there should be a CC. So Sagan, he knows to be safe, to get extra gateways, and to set up back at home. So Sagan, he's seen everything he needs to. He doesn't know what kind of all-in, but he's aware that an all-in is coming. With this, Luciano, he can pull the boys. So we're going for early tank production. We're going for what looks to be early stim, potentially. Or maybe early marauder production. We'll see how this all comes together. We shall see. Medevac is on the way. Like, I'm just worried that stim will take too long. Like, stim is on the way, but it's gonna take a while to kick in. It's gonna give Sagan a lot of time to prepare. Like, usually one base all-ins hit without stim, and you just pull the boys, right? And you rely on your tank production. So this feels a little bit a little bit chaotic, a little bit unfocused from Luciano. As we can see here, he can barely afford the second tank. So typically when we see one base all-ins, it's usually like 3 Raxes. Like you get up to 3 Raxes and you hit with just mass marine and with like your with like 3 tanks and you pull the boys. You can go for like drop play like this as well, but likewise you will go without stim. If you're going with stim, like usually it's more Raxes, so more marines. So this feels a little bit chaotic, but we're bringing it all together regardless. Meanwhile, Sagan back at home, 4 gates. 1 in the main, 3 here at the natural, so 4 gate setup. Shield batteries are on the way, safety robo as well, 3 gases before expanding. Just very safe play here from Sagan, very safe. And Sagan, he has the tools to defend. He has the tools to defend. It comes down to the execution. As a couple of boys are being pulled, Sagan, he will miss the move out, but he will catch reinforcements. Nicely done. The medevac. Ooh, medevac goes down. Ay. Takes down the medevac, takes down 2 marines. And LucianO, this is all he has left. 2 tanks, 1 medevac, a handful of bio units. Stim is done. Add-ons are under fire. Blinks into the main base, gets another tank. Ay. Takes out a 2nd tank for 1 stalker. And good control here from Sagan. He will clean everything up at the same time. LucianO's going for the kill. He's going for the throw. He needs to siege. He doesn't need to siege up. There you go. Tank does now siege. Bunkers on the way. Shield batteries there late. Yeah, late shield batteries here out of Sagan. Oof. SimCity working against him. That is a brutal choke point. Very brutal choke point. Pylon goes down. Depowers everything. No more gateways. No more production. Uh-oh. Okay, we have backup pylons on the way. Can we get another warp in? Double 4? No shot. Double 4? She's crazy. Sagan. He saw the 1 base all in. Oh, and it looks like LucianO might just have too much. Yeah, LucianO, he has too much. Sagan, he was too greedy. Double 4, she's crazy. He lost his mind again. The production was exposed. Everything gets depowered. He's down to 1 gateway. He can warp in 1 unit at a time. LucianO, he's doing it. But he needs reinforcements. He needs reinforcements. There we go. The boys are being pulled. Can he get here in time to save the tank? Can he save the tank? I say tank because he should lose 1. Yeah, 1 tank goes down. There's 1 tank left. 1 tank remaining. The boys are coming. Get over here. The tank needs you. As we do have another Immortal on the way. Again, Immortals are tank busters. They're built to bring them down. There's a cancel. And we got to keep going. Like, we cannot take our time here. He stims. Oh, he sees the Immortal. Does it? No shot. We're going back. There we go. It all comes together. It all comes in. Again, it's 1 Immortal, 1 Stalker, but there's a sentry. There's a force field. There's a force field. Up. Where is it? The force field a little bit late. Yeah, a little bit late in the force field. Yeah, the tank does move in. Oh, 2nd Immortal has arrived. And LucianO is taking too long. Yeah, he's just taking too long. Sagan holds. With 2 tanks, this is not going to be broken. It's not going to be broken. LucianO took too long to get into the main base. Took too much time. And with that Sagan, he has held. He will clean this up. There's just not enough DPS here. Not enough Marines. Down to 3 Marines. Down to 2. Soon to be down to 1. Dust around 1 Immortal. I mean, the surround is working. But there's still 3 Stalkers. Yeah, GG. Good luck. Very close game here. But Sagan, he will take the series at 2-1. Advancing on to the semifinals. GG. GG, well played. Again, LucianO, he was just a little bit too late to pull the boys, a little bit too late to reinforce. If he had done that even 20 seconds sooner, he would have saved the 2nd tank even. He would have saved the tanks. He could have pushed further in, push further in faster as well. Like, there was so much going well there for LucianO, and a lot of it was on Sagan. As we mentioned, Sagan, he scattered the all-in. He saw what was coming his way, but he was so greedy. The response, the production was exposed. Lack of shield batteries, double forge in the main base. Crazy greed when it came to the response. It almost cost him the game, but almost. In the end, again, LucianO, he was just a little bit late to reinforce. He was unable to save that 2nd tank, and GG, well played. With that, Sagan, he will take the series. He will advance on into the next round. And up next, we have one final best of 3 remaining here. Oh my god, we just had some Chile on Chile action. But now, it's time for the Peruanos to get on each other. Let's go. Let us go. As you can see here, we have one series left. We have Password versus Ducklings. Let's go. We have a PvT between our two Peruvian players here. Again, Password, I should say congratulations. Felicidades here to Password, because he recently got married. He recently got married. Recently did have his wedding. That was what, like 3 weeks ago, maybe like a month ago, but recently did get married. So congratulations here to Password. Again, Password, he used to be a lot more active many years ago. Nowadays he plays part-time. You know, he's starting a family. You know, congratulations to Password. The Ducklings, as I mentioned before, recently has been casting. I mean, he's always been a player, but recently started casting in Spanish, of course. In Spanish, has been covering some of his team league matches, of course, for his team, for the other Latin American players out there, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun tuning into the Ducklings and seeing him get on that casting couch, if you will. So we'll see how they compare to each other. I'll be honest, I do feel like these players are quite close in skill. They're quite close. Part of me wants to lean towards the Ducklings, but I can see this going to the ace match. I can see this going the distance. We'll see how this goes. We'll see who will take this. Let's go.